You know, for most of us, the commitment that we have, the long hours we put in, the sacrifices we make, they're all for one reason: to leave this world that we inherited a better place, not just for us, but for those who come after us. And this is especially true today, as our movement and our union come to a critical crossroads. It is with both morality and necessity that we recommit ourselves to preparing the next generation of leadership. It is the right thing to do because it is our duty, just as it was for those who came before us, to leave our great union and its awesome legacy to a generation of leaders who is worthy, prepared, and willing to accept and care for this inheritance so that they too will one day have the pleasure of passing it on. Last year, our union showed great vision by identifying emerging leaders from each district to represent us at the AFL-CIO's Next Up Young Workers Summit in Washington, D.C. And President Gerard expanded the group to include emerging leaders from Canada, creating the United Steelworkers Next Generation Advisory Council, consisting of the members on stage with me here today. With the help of visionary mentors, this group of young men and women have done extraordinary work, from leading locals through the heartbreaking loss of members killed on the job, to stepping up during high-profile lockouts and strikes, to lead the fight against anti-workers attacks across our nation. They've re-energized a new generation of activists at the local, district, and state levels, even getting elected by their peers in the labor movement to lead multi-union young workers groups. They've dedicated themselves to the important work that we do, like servicing on grievance committees, fighting to protect pensions and health care for our retirees, and taking our fight to the high-tech, social media-driven world in which we now live. Sisters and brothers, this group's work, just like the work all of you do, should make all of us in this union very proud, because it proves that the future of our union and our movement is very bright. But we still have a lot of work to do to eliminate division and discrimination inside and outside of our union, to stand up together against two-tier wage systems, privatizing Social Security, and cuts to public services in our countries. We need to fight back together for an economy that works for everyone, that secures a future for everyone. So we need to encourage a culture of mutual respect amongst all generations and refuse to allow anything less. For after all, it is the leaders that stand on this stage with me and others like them that will one day be looking after our pensions and retiree health care. The USW's Next Generation Advisory Committee should make us all feel proud. And based on the work they've done already, and the commitment and the respect that they've shown, brothers and sisters, I believe in all of my heart that our union and the future of our union is in very good hands. Let's give these young people a round of applause. These are the next leaders of our great union. Let's give it up for them. At this time, Secretary of the Committee, Geenan, will present the reader of the resolution. John?
I have to say, these young workers give me a great sense of optimism about our future. And I'm proud to be able to introduce you to one of our union's brightest young emerging stars and activists, to present resolution number 4 on our union's next generation of leaders. Sister Brandy Bowles is a member of Local 13-1, which represents workers at BP's Texas City refinery. She serves as the recording secretary, Women of Steel co-chair, shop steward, delegate to the district council, and a member of various committees, and is a great activist and will be for a long, long time in our union, Sister Brandy Bowles.
Good afternoon, sisters and brothers. A constant throughout our great union's history has been the foresight of our leaders, past and present, to groom the next generation of activists and leaders at every level. As workers of every age face attacks from the forces of globalization and anti-worker politicians in the United States and Canada, this commitment to a strong future is more important than ever. Resolution number 4. Our union's next generation of leaders lays out the United Steelworkers plan for the future by reaffirming our dedication to mentoring, encouraging, and educating emerging leaders so that our union will be the best it can be for past, current, and future generations. Our vision is simply this: a union in which current, future, and past members and their families embrace a lifetime of unionism and activism so that together we stand and fight for a better world to leave behind for our kids and grandkids. Therefore, be it resolved that 1, the USW supports increased legislative, political, community, and union activism at the local, district, and international levels for all members, including the next generation. 2, we will continue to support the AFL-CIO's Next Up Young Workers movement, including the appointment of an emerging USW leader to the AFL-CIO Young Workers Advisory Council to represent our union in the Federation's big picture efforts to grow the labor movement. 3, our union supports the promotion of the lifetime of activism and unionism ideal that creates a supportive, respectful atmosphere for USW members of all ages at every level, with the understanding that we truly need each other in order to have the best union we can have for current and future generations. 4, we support the integration of our union's younger members into current programs in the US and Canada. 5, we advocate for efforts to include the next generation of leaders in conversations about the important work of our union, including bargaining, so that our union does not fall into the two-tier trap that corporations push to try to divide and conquer our movement. 6, the USW will continue to develop its USW Next Generation Advisory Council, consisting of members appointed by district directors in the United States and Canada. 7, we encourage the development of a permanent internal structure to continue growing, educating, and communicating with the network of our union's younger members and emerging leaders. 8, we support efforts to identify emerging leaders for participation in leadership scholarship and other educational programs. And 9, we support the creation of a mentoring program to reiterate the importance of the lifetime of activism and unionism ideal, and to better connect all generations of steelworkers so that we can work together productively for the future of our great union. The committee recommends and concurs, and I so move.
It's been moved on behalf of the committee. Is there a seconder? 2 of our young workers have asked to speak. Nick Gittod is a member of Local 7150 in Albany, Oregon. He serves as safety chair and works as a millwright at Ormet Titanium. Last year, he was elected to become the first president of the Oregon AFL-CIO Young Emerging Labor Leader, called YEL, called Yell. He was also selected to represent the USW on the AFL-CIO's Young Worker Advisory Council, led by Secretary-Treasurer Liz Schumer. Nick, come on up and say a piece.
Brothers and sisters, I speak in favor of this resolution. This monumental resolution enables tens of thousands of young workers from our great union to step up and help take our communities back. Over the last few days, I've had the pleasure of speaking to many of the great leaders in this room. I applaud this board and all of you for recognizing the fact that we need to pick up and get these young workers involved. Let's continue to make the USW the leader of the labor movement. Educate our young members. Get them involved, ensuring our communities and our manufacturing the goods which are sold in our communities. Enabling our children to still be able to have working family wage jobs. Look around this room. I see hundreds of young faces in this audience. There's hundreds of thousands of us from our union waiting for the opportunity to become the next generation labor leader. So I urge each and every delegate to sound off loudly in support of resolution number 4, our union's next generation of late leaders.
I don't want to embarrass anybody, and I know some of you might lie. How many in the room are under 25? Raise your hand. Stand up if you're under 25. Yeah, that guy put his hand up, you liar, I caught you. Anyone that's under 30, stand up. Under 35, stand up, stay standing. Under 40, stand up. Let me tell you, sisters and brothers, this is embarrassing. I'm stopping at under 40. It's our obligation to go into our workplaces and find our young members and take them under our wing and mentor them. I'm privileged, I told you. Lynn Williams took me under his wing when I was a young person. I wasn't even hired yet. And he was one of my mentors and one of the people I looked up to. Without him, I'd have never made it to the staff. The best thing that someone in the union can leave behind is someone that will do the job better than he was doing it. And the only way these young people will get to do the job better than you is if you mentored them. So let me call upon someone who has done a hell of a job. John Paul Smith. John Paul is a member of Local 669 in Superman's hometown of Metropolis. John Paul serves as the media secretary of his local union, as he was instrumental in working with allies all around the world to bring a global spotlight on the maneuverings of one of America's richest defense companies, the Honeywell Corporation. John Paul is already a leader, and he's asked to say a few words. John Paul.
Hello, brothers and sisters. How many people in here are proud to be a steelworker? I'm definitely proud to be part of the greatest union on the face of the earth. I stand in support of resolution number 4. Our young members need the tools and resources to foster and develop their leadership so that this union is preserved not just for us, but for our children and our grandchildren. Our victory is your victory. Our defeat is your defeat. Thank you, brothers and sisters. Solidarity forever.